Hey friends, Sherry here. It's been ages since I've done a video and I apologize for that, but life's just been busy. So rather than doing a process video, I thought I would do a layout share. These are layouts that I've completed over the last few months, and these are some of my favorites. So since I have quite a few, I'll just get started. This was for a, when I was on the paper issues design team, this was for a mood board challenge, and I basically replicated the mood board. I fell in love with these artsy hearts and just decided to duplicate it, and really love the way this turned out. Just a lot messier than I normally do, but the end result was something I was really pleased with. It's fun every once in a while just to cut loose and get messy. So that's that. This was for a sketch scrap lift Sunday at Paper Issues, and I used the Cocoa Vanilla collection, which I loved, and sweet pictures of my cat. That's funny, the first two layouts are about my cat. But anyway, this was fun. I used grab bag items and swag bag items, excuse me, and did the scrap lift and used a collection of all kinds of fun things. More cocoa vanilla paper. To be honest, I can't remember. Oh, I know, this was for Into the Woods, and obviously it was about camping and using wood veneer, and so I decided to use photos from my daughter's annual camping trip, and just a fun use of wood veneer, and I just thought this was perfect for camp photo, so I was excited about that. This was for a large title challenge, and I love these Lawn Fawn plaid papers. And I had these photos from last year from my daughter's 5th grade hoedown, and just thought these plaid papers obviously were perfect for that, so that was just a fun little layout. This was for a swag bag feature that I did. I just loved these little straws and this little, it's supposed to be a sun, but I decided to make it look like a flower. But anyway, just a fun little delicate page. I loved the way these flowers looked, and I thought these, the swag bag elements were a perfect mix for it. So just a fun, fresh layout. One of my favorite designs that I go to a lot when I'm in a little bit of a scrappy funk. I can always go to this design and end up with something that I'm happy with. This was for a Paper Issues feature, something about peeps, and so I decided to take it literally and just show photos of my kids when they were little and their reaction to seeing peeps in their Easter basket. So this was just a fun little thing. I made a little peeps die cut and on my silhouette, and just cute little peeps. So just a fun little layout. This was for a sketch challenge at Paper Issues, and this was my son's 15th birthday, and it just made me laugh that he was dabbing with his birthday cake. So just a fun mix of studio calico and maybe simple stories. Yes, just a mishmash of manufacturers, but I love the way that turned out. This, back again to my fun little vertical design. This was for a feature using simple stories, and I decided I liked both of these collections, so I did a mix of two collections, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I always love using my sewing machine, and even though sometimes I think I'm going to be too lazy to change the presser foot and all that, it's so worth it in the end to just do it, and I'm glad I did, because I love that little zigzag stitch on that. This was using Webster's, my daughter's first middle school dance. I loved that balloon paper, but I wanted the balloons to actually look like they were floating, so I fussy cut the balloons and just obviously popped them up in random order and put it on the wood grain, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Just a little smattering of enamel dots, just a fun, sweet layout. This was from a feature I did on the Paper Issues blog using the Bella Boulevard Illustrated Faith She Blooms paper, my favorite paper of the spring season. I think I've done 4 or 5 projects with this paper. I just can't get enough of it. Anyway, I loved it. Lots of fussy cutting, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. It's just really sweet and pretty, and my girl's growing up. This, I can't even remember. I think this must have been for a challenge. Yes, this was from a Paper Issues crop that we did, and I was supposed to scrap something other than my kids or pet or family or whatever. So I decided to showcase photos of my little rabbit collection. So I'm happy with the way that it turned out. This started out as a disaster on an art class that I was taking, and I was really upset with the way it turned out, so I tossed it aside, and then the next day, once it was dried, I thought, hey, that's kind of pretty. I like the abstract look of that, so I decided to scrapbook it, and I'm going to write a little note to myself about just a lot of things, but anyway, this was a lesson to myself. Sometimes it's better just to walk away from something, and when you come back, who knows, you may love it. So anyway, I just thought I would scrapbook this little piece of art. This, I can't even remember why I did it. I think I was just in the mood to create something. I had recently started painting again, and I was very excited that this large canvas that I did in a 24 by 24 actually sold. I've sold several pieces since then, but I had to document my first piece of art that actually sold. So I was very excited, and I love this quote, "Inspiration exists, but it has to find you working," and that's very true. So that's what this is all about, using the beautiful fancy-free paper from Pink Paisley. More, I think, fancy-free products. This was, I can't even remember. I think I just created this just for fun. But maybe it was a sketch challenge for Scrapbook Circle. But anyway, yes, it was a sketch for National Scrapbook Day. And I just layered up some of the pretty pattern papers. My daughter went to Fripp Island with her friend, and the deer there are pretty tame, and they come up and want to be fed. So my daughter has been wanting to do that for a couple of years, and she was very excited that it finally happened. This was just a fun little, I managed to capture a bee on my front porch. These carpenter bees drive me bonkers, so I just thought it would be funny to document the bane of my spring existence are these carpenter bees. And I love the yellow-black combination. This was something that I created based on cut files and the use of my silhouette. I made my own little template using the words "where you are planted," and used the beautiful Ashley Horton cut files from Hit Kit, and this product is from the Hit Kit Club May kit, and I just die cut this and fussy cut and then backed some of the exclusive ephemera from the kit, and I'm really happy with the way this turned out. Just a pretty fresh page. I always struggle with these big geographic hard angled pages, but I really love the way pulling the white over softens it, and I'm happy with that. This was just something I created the other day. This was my birthday, and of course I wanted to document that. And the fancy free paper I thought was so pretty, and then some of this navy that came in the Hip Kit May kit was just a perfect combination. So I just did some simple stitching around this. If you know me at all, you know I love collage photos on layout, so because I like to add lots of photos. So anyway, just happy with the way this turned out. And this I just created a couple of days ago using the Cut Shop Open Letter Alpha. It's one of my favorite alphas of all time. I've used it before as a cutout, but I thought it would be fun. I used my sketch pen to just draw the words on, and I used an artist pen that dries so that I could watercolor over it, and then I just used gelatos to color it in a water brush pen, and some old crepe paper ephemera that I had in my stash. And I'm really happy with the way this turned out, and needless to say, I'm very happy It's summertime and it's time to kick back, relax by the pool, and enjoy these lazy days of summer. So anyway, there it is. Sorry I've been MIA. I hope that will change over the summer. I hope to have a little more time to put some energy into my YouTube channel. But anyway, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thank you.